Greetings, everybody, from the dank basement. This is your Squicked Wunkle Dinky, Wicked Uncle Squinty, Paul. And I'm kind of dreading doing this nasal snuff review, not because I dislike the snuffs. I actually really like both of these snuffs, but they are so messy, and they're chunky, and you get black boogers falling out of your nose, and you can't really sniff them because they're so coarse and so wet and farmy, and you almost have to stuff them up your nose with a finger. So you're going to get to see me doing something that looks very much like I'm picking my nose. And of course, now when I need it, I cannot find... There's my NTSU. Very good. Okay. Today we're taking a look at two of the strong, black, chunky, wet, smelly, messy South African snuffs. Both the Taxi Red. Am I holding Taxi upside right? No. I don't. Gotta try to feel this. Fortunately, it is tactile. There we go. Taxi! And NTSU Black. Black. They're almost the same snuff, guys. I see a lot of reviews where they go, well, the Taxi Red is a much different character than the NT. No, it's really not. They're kind of the same snuff. It's kind of nitpicking. It's kind of, it's like saying, well, it's Wilson's of Sharrow's Irish Toast 22, Irish Dry Toast 22, and F&T High Dry Toast. They're essentially the same snuff, okay? But, you get people that want to argue and all that. This is really grotesque. Okay, let's open up this tin. It's very fresh. Shallow tub, which allows you to pinch, which you're going to need to do with this. This ain't a spoonin' snuff. And as far as using a bullet, good luck with that, Pilgrim. Okay, all of the ammonia has left this tin, but when I first opened it up, got quite a whiff of ammonia. I don't know if that's intentional or just a byproduct of the way the snuff is made. It is coarse, sticks to everything. It's like potting soil. It really is. It's like potting soil. Now, I'm not going to be able to give you a nose comparison of the two snuffs because as soon as I take one, the other one will smell exactly the same, no matter what I do. I've tried this a couple of times, and you really can't differentiate between the two. So I will show you what it takes to pinch this stuff and get it up your nose. Now, the first thing I will try, I'll try to be neat about it. I'll try to do a whiff off my boxcar. I'm going to take a pinch, good-sized pinch, because you can take big pinches of this, even though it's really high in nicotine. I'm going to hold it between my thumb and forefinger for just a second to warm it.
It is
5 o'clock my time. Look at that. And then I'm going to sprinkle it evenly over my thumbnail in my boxcar. I learned this trick from Tony Snuff. Tony, thank you. It's a great trick. Because this allows the snuff to more evenly coat the inside of your nasal passages. However, since my nose is not a Dyson Cyclone vacuum cleaner, I don't have a lot of hope of being able to suck this up into my nose, but we'll see. Yeah, you really have to snort it. This is not going to go too far back in your nose. Oh, that's grotesque. It's going to start running. I'm going to do the other side. You get nicotine from this almost immediately. Is this the strongest nicotine out there? Nah, but it sure is in the top 5. I guarantee it. Oh, that's some stuff. Initial aroma, aside from the absence of ammonia now that I've let it air out a little bit, you first get a horse stall smell with a little manure and all. There's a little tiny bit, to me, a little bit of a poop smell there. But that subsides pretty quickly, and what you're left with is a very rich, very dark tobacco scent. Very rustic, but very nice, rich. This is all about the tobacco, guys. It's all about the tobacco. It's all about the nicotine. It is not about aromas. It's not about scents or perfumes. This is an unapologetic, simple, but really good black tobacco snuff. I'm amazed I was able to get that into my nose without actually taking a wad of it and sticking it up there on the tip of my finger, which is what I usually do with this. Thank God I didn't have to do that for YouTube. Yeah, again, a little farmyard, horse stall, earth, hay, saddle leather. There's a little saddle leather to complete the horse stall analogy. Hardly any manure. It's just a little hint of it. Yeah. And here come the nicotine. Wow, it makes me want to mine diamonds and institute apartheid and fight the Boer War. Boer War. However that's pronounced. I shouldn't say that. No, it's a great snuff. Now, this was Swedish Match prior to that, prior to today. This was not today, but prior to a couple of years ago. This was by Swedish Match, and this was by Leonard Dingler, the NTSU. They are now both owned by the same company, which is a cooperative called, I think it's pronounced Gayi. Gayi. And I know nothing about the company that now owns them. I will tell you this. I've had Taxi Red, Taxi Blue, Taxi Green from back in the Swedish Match days. And I also had NTSU when it was a Dingler product. And there's no difference. It's the same stuff. I've been using this snuff, in fact, both of these brands of snuff now for a few years. They are a go-to snuff when I want a long-lasting nicotine kick. Because the nicotine, while it arises immediately when you first take it, it continues to peg you a little bit as you keep it in the nose. So you're going to get a little shot of nicotine, a minute later get another little shot of nicotine, a minute later get a big shot of nicotine. And it goes like that until you blow it out of your nose. The barnyard or horse stall smell is completely gone at this point, and all I'm getting is that good, rich, earthy tobacco. Messy to use, high in nicotine, but this is not a snuff for everybody, and beginning snuffers will be put off by this. If you're not adventurous, or if you're not used to rustic, sort of rough, coarse tobacco snuffs, you're not going to like this very much, and therefore, for your interest, I'm going to give this a 4. But personally, I like it better than that. In fact, I like both of them. As I said, they're identical. Long as I'm pulling on your coattails, let's take a look at a couple of other snuffs in the same range. There's really not a lot of difference between them. Feeling for the Braille. This is the blue, the Taxi Blue. It is a lower nicotine version of the red. And if I can lay my mitts on it, yeah, here's the green. Taxi Green. As you might expect, since it's labeled in green, it's going to have some menthol. I'd like to know just how much menthol. I don't usually use this one. If I'm going to use a Taxi snuff, I typically use the blue because, frankly, the nicotine level in the red is a little too much for me most of the time. Don't need that much. This has dried out a little bit. I think this tub is just a little older, but let's find out. Going to powder it onto my thumbnail there in my boxcar. Excuse me for scratching. Yeah, there's menthol. And I like it. I actually might switch from doing the Taxi Blue to doing the Taxi Green when I want a Taxi because a nice cooling sensation in the nostril. Yeah. The menthol is by no means overpowering. And one advantage of the menthol, that horse stall smell, if you don't like that, goes away a little bit quicker. And it's almost gone. Unfortunately, well, wait a minute. The scent I'm getting more than anything else is sort of a pine sol or pine oil floor cleaner. That is not good. But even that goes away fairly quickly and again leaves you with a cooling sensation more than a menthol scent. It's very nice, opens up the nostrils, and you get that nicotine just that much faster. And of course that good tobacco smell too. I like this. I'll give it a 4. You might not like it. You're going to comment and go, this stuff is like snorting dog poop. I've had comments like that. But it's really not. It's a complex, rich, dark tobacco flavor with a boatload of nicotine. Not bad at all. 4 out of 5. But boy, is it going to be ugly when I blow it back out of my nose. I won't make you watch that. From the Dank Basement, part of my July snuff review flood, this is your wicked, and I do mean wicked, Uncle Squinty. Thank you for watching. You guys are great. Subscribe. Hit that like button. And be sure to check out some of the other great reviewers here on YouTube. There are so many of them now. Oh my gosh, Paul Engel does some wonderful reviews. My new favorite is Snuff Begins. He does a great job. On the rare occasions when he does snuff reviews, Yorkshire Pipe and Snuff does some beautiful things here on YouTube. Very well worth watching. Simon C. does some great reviews. A new reviewer, my buddy, Cousin Stuffy. Cousin Stuffy has the greatest sense of humor ever. And Mark Williams. If you can, find Mark Williams' attempt to recreate Cousin Stuffy's bomb snuff, which is a mixture of Delacchio White and Bohica. And it about blows his face off. Do a search for it. It's well worth watching. And thanks for watching me. We'll see you around.